It is football weather.
Beautiful day for football.
My goodness. And it's wet. We're just getting ready to go. Ryan, welcome to the broadcast booth, man.
It's a pleasure to be here, Mike. It is great to be here and be back in my hometown.
Yeah.
Here at Griswold High School.
So we're going to get right to it. We're going to get right to it because they're doing the coin toss right now, but we had a couple of interviews and we want to get those right now. So we did you, Ryan, did a couple of interviews with the head coaches, and we're going to do that first one right now. Here is an interview with Coach Greg Wilcox of Griswold High School.
Here with Griswold Wheeler head coach Greg Wilcox. So, Coach, I don't have to express the importance and intensity of this matchup. What's been the mindset of the team heading into the game this week?
We kind of label it our Super Bowl. I mean, we didn't get to the playoffs this year, so this is the last hurrah, and you want to go out with a win.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are some things that fans can look forward to coming into this matchup?
Rain. It's good. I think it's going to be a tough battle. I think both teams are going to be well prepared, and it'll be survival of the fittest in the rain.
Absolutely, well spoken. Thank you, Coach Wilcox. Good luck today.
Good to see you, Ryan.
Here with Coach Pat Smith of Plainfield Football. So, Coach, obviously I don't have to stress the importance of this kind of rivalry game. What can the people expect coming into this one?
Well, if I was a prognosticator, I probably wouldn't be in the coaching business because it wouldn't be as much fun. You never know. I mean, you put your livelihood in 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. All you do is you can prepare them for the game today. It's a great game. It's a great day. Glad to be out here on Thanksgiving. It's my 32nd year out here. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Griswold's got a good team. We got a good team. They're both going in probably not to our records, our expectations of what we are, but we're building something here and look forward to the exciting game today.
Of course, and both teams with similar records. The elements here are going to play a factor. What's been the mindset of the team in preparation for this one?
Yeah, we got a little bonus day. I guess Tuesday was a day that was pretty wet and drizzly. We got a good chance to practice in the conditions. Yesterday was beautiful. I wish, yesterday was Thanksgiving, but it is what it is. So we got kids with wet balls and holding on to things. And, it comes down to turnovers, and unfortunately in a game like this, the turf is great. If you've been here in the past, you saw Griswold's field. It would have been a crap. Mud everywhere, puddles everywhere. And I'm so glad they got this done for their town. It's a beautiful facility. The footing should be great. It's whether how hard the rain comes down, how well you dictate holding on to the ball and maybe being able to throw the ball. This could be old school, chew the clock, run the ball. Team with the best guys in the trenches might win the game.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach.
Right,
good luck.
Yep, you too.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Griswold High School. It is the Thanksgiving Day game. It's Griswold against Plainfield for the LeClaire Trophy. A lot of history in this game, Michael.
Indeed. It's always a fun time to see these two teams play on Thanksgiving Day, one of the big F's of the day. We got food, family, and, of course, football. And,
Ryan, you had an interesting point about today's game being here and –
Yeah, so today here at the Griswold High School football field, this is the first time in rivalry history that this game will be played on a turf field. And Pat Smith, Plainfield High School head coach, actually said he was thankful that at least one of these teams got themselves a turf field, because we've seen in the past when this game gets rainy, particularly when the Griswold or Plainfield football fields get rainy, it got a – the elements became – dirt becomes mud with water. Yeah. So here with turf – it's kind of a new look here for this rivalry, something we've never seen before.
All right, so for the first time in a Griswold High School football game, we're going to turn it over to the play-by-play guy for today, Mr. Ryan Palillo. Here you go, Ryan.
Absolutely. So Plainfield taking the opening kickoff here on Thanksgiving morning. Kick is squibbed down the middle, and that's going to be reeled in Nick Waters. He's going to take this one up the middle, and he's got a little bit of space, and he has a little bit, turns into a lot of space, and Nick Waters with one man to beat. The first play of this game. Waters fighting, and he's stopped.
Brought down.
My goodness.
Tremendous play from the Panthers, I believe. That's number 5.
Kason Marinick.
Yeah, Marinick brings
one of the 75 Marinick brothers.
A touchdown-saving tackle. I think I see some laundry on the field. Might have gotten him for a horse collar, but what a play there from Marinick on the 1-yard line. Nick Waters only had one man to beat.
You know, this is going to be the battle of the number 2s today. We just saw a big run by number 2, Nick Waters. Number 2, Tony Navin on the Plainfield team is going to be their big downhill runner.
So no penalty on the play. Griswold will take over. Ball is on what looks to be the 2-yard line, I believe.
First and goal. We the ones and they the 2s.
At quarterback, it's number 13, Colby Mills. He,
if you know, you know,
has taken over the junior quarterback. Griswold in the double wing.
I think they stopped him. Oh, boy.
Looks like.
Wait a minute. Oh, they did get in.
We got the call.
Yep, looks like it was a tie-up at the goal line, but eventually the push was good enough. So Griswold, 15 seconds into this one, will go up 6-0.
That is amazing.
A lot of ball game left.
A lot of ball game left. Let's see if they go for 2 or 1.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised seeing, given the elements here and the rain that has been pouring down for hours now in eastern Connecticut, both these teams are likely going to stick it to the ground game. Cutter in motion. Takes the handoff to the right, and an open lane in. 2-point conversion is good, and Griswold Wheeler up 8-0.
All right. Boy, that didn't take long. 15 seconds off the clock. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the Griswold kickoff to the Panthers in a minute. Right here, you are watching Thanksgiving Day football right here on SNSN Sports.
Griswold wins. Griswold wins. Griswold wins. Go Griswold.
Hey. Go Plainfield. The Panthers.
Wolverines.
Panthers.
Wolverines.
I'm Susie from Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City, Connecticut. Go Panthers!
I'm Brianna from Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City, Connecticut. And go Wolverines!
Thank you very much to Highway Campers on Route 12 in Plainfield for sponsoring and supporting the Thanksgiving Day game right here at Griswold High School. They're supporting both teams.
Wow.
They didn't know who to choose.
That way you always win.
Mike, you gave me a sneak peek of some of those sponsorship commercials, and for those watching at home, you got some stuff to look forward to. Those are some pretty good Super Bowl commercials you compared them to.
I had a great resource that put a lot of these together, almost all of them. Her name is Peggy, and she's out in the great state of Utah. And she did a really good job, and we worked on this. She worked on it longer than I did through the night, but just to give you an idea, I was working on this till about 1:30 in the morning, and I was about ready to crash. But 1:30 here was only 11:30 there. So
Peggy helped out.
Oh, my God, Peggy's amazing.
So now Plainfield, after the kick out of bounds, will start their drive on the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Handoff will be taken to the left side. That's number 2, Anthony Navin. And that gain will be good for about 3.
We got to be careful though, Ryan, because we got a Plainfield guy in the middle of us here.
That's right.
Broughton's he knows his football from Plainfield. Being a coach in youth, and he probably knows all these kids here. They've probably all been to his house for snacks, and.
Oh, absolutely. Tony Navin, as I said, is going to be one of the big runners today. Mason Tavernier got the QB start today. He's definitely one to watch, even though he did start the season as the backup here.
So on about 2nd and 7, Plainfield will hand it off up the middle.
That was Navin again.
Navon with the carry.
All right. That one, Kobe Navin.
How are we going to say his name?
Navin.
We're saying Navin, Navin. They're saying Navon up on
Navin.
It's Navin.
Navin.
It's what?
Navin.
So number 2, Tony Navin. Right. Number 24, Kobe Navin.
Navin. Sorry. See, I keep hearing all the different pronunciations screwing me up now. Tony
Jones.
Navin.
Jones. Just call him Jones if we can't figure it out.
3rd and 4, direct snap to the quarterback, and he'll keep it. And that play is blown up. A number of white helmets there to make the stop. And up comes 4th down for the Panthers.
Looks like it was Kiki Boyce. He was all kind of excited he got
through.
That one. This kid's a sophomore. You imagine this kid when he's a senior. He'd be like, Kiki, what do you want for dinner? Meat.
All of it.
All of the meat.
So Plainfield now lining up in something that Griswold likes to title as muddle when prepping for this. 4th and short, and it looks like we are going to get a timeout. Plainfield.
All right. And with that being said, I think the timeout turkey is on the screen. I don't know. And we're going to take a quick break as well as you are watching high school Thanksgiving Day, Turkey Day football right here on SNSN Sports.
I'm Susie from Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City, Connecticut. Go Panthers!
I'm Brianna from Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City, Connecticut. And go Wolverines!
All right, we're back. Ryan, take it away, my man.
Of course, Plainfield on their 40-yard line, looking as lined up to punt. And instead, the punter will keep it and make a toss over to number 2, who's wide open. Oh! Aiden Cutter.
Oh, my God.
Brought the boomstick, and the ball is currently live right now. That ball was picked up by Jackson Clement, taking the other way.
And David is hurt.
A fake punt, blown up. Aiden Cutter lost his helmet in the process, and flags are down on the field.
That was one of the hardest hits I've seen at any time in high school football.
So we're going to await the call.
Oh.
Naven is still
I
down
don't think there
for
was
the
a flag.
for the Panthers.
Apparently, they just got a warning for that.
Griswold is
it's
fired up.
Yeah, one of the coaches is talking
I would
to
certainly
Cutter
have to
right
question
now.
Yeah, I think we're stoppage of play for the injured Panther on the field.
Yeah, and matter of fact, when he went down, he was holding his side like he got hit right in the ribs. All right, 8-0 here at Griswold High School. Griswold in the lead. And Ryan Palillo, Mike Broughton, and me, Mike Benarski, will be back in a minute right here on SNSN Sports.
Hi, I'm Lisa Susie. I own Crystal Visions here in Plainfield, Connecticut. 40 Road Ave. Go Panthers!
Hi, my name is Jen. We're from Plainfield Jewett City Savings Bank, and we're rooting for the Panthers.
Go Panthers!
I'm from Griswold. I'm not rooting for the Panthers.
All right, we're back here at Griswold High School. Tony Naven, who got hit incredibly hard. And they're pulling him up, and it looks like he's okay, thank goodness, because Ryan, that was probably one of the hardest hits I've ever seen in high school football.
Yeah, so the Panthers, fourth and about 5, ran the fake punt, caught almost everybody off guard. 9:39 left in the first quarter, very early to be running trickery like that. The fake punt blown up. It was Aiden Cutter who made the big hit, and what the call originally was on the field was that it was a live ball. I'm not sure if they ruled it a completion then a fumble. We're going to get the call from the official right now. Number of flags flew in after the play. This game always a history of being heated, so it seems like we're going to get a replay of 4th down.
Yeah.
It almost seems like there was that hard hit and then there was a receipt given.
Yes, absolutely. Some professional wrestling terms there.
Yeah.
So some Panthers definitely dishing out receipts. Looks like it's going to be 4th. A tone setter early on. Both these teams.
Not even 2.5 minutes into the game.
Both these teams showing that they are here to play and they are here to win.
Well, emotions always run high in the rivalry between these two, and it combined with football. This is the last game of the season, and for a lot of these guys, this is going to be their last game of football.
Absolutely. Both these teams coming in with a 3-6 record, so playoffs unfortunately out of reach. And notice for Griswold, number 1 Aiden Cutter is not going to play this down. I believe the personal foul against him is going to sit him for at least a play. So something else you got to keep in mind. We're early on. I know tempers flare, but you want to keep your best players on the field. Don't want to have to risk anyone sitting out. Especially considering the history, this one is always a tight ball game. So 8-0 Griswold Wheeler, 9:39 left. The Panthers, it looks like they are going to move the ball back 10 yards after that play. So it's going to be 4th and about
I've
20.
already had text messages come in, people in the stands coming over talking about that hit.
I don't think the flag was so much the hit, it was the activities after.
Now it's a movement before the snap, moving from both sides. Refs will determine who jumped first. Of course, per football, both sides pointing to the opposite. So again, it is 4th and almost 20. And after the officials will decide, Plainfield moved first, so it'll be 4th and about 25.
This is reminiscent of a game a few years ago between these two guys on football that on Thanksgiving Day, that Griswold was 4th and goal at the 50-yard line.
Oh, I was in that game. It's all too hitting all too close to home right now. And another flag now.
Another flag. False start.
Another false start.
Okay.
So similar to what you said, 4th and
a long way.
4th and perhaps
30?
the rest of Griswold and Plainfield up to Plainfield High School. Yeah, almost 4th and 30. Plainfield to punt.
And we got a snap and a kick.
And Nick Waters back to return. He'll let this one roll, and roll.
Yeah, no sense in touching that one.
And the Panthers will fall on it.
Oh, we're going to try to watch. We're going to try to watch. Okay, I'm going to try to pull up that play so you can see it. But like I said, I'm getting a lot of reaction already.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get maybe during a break we'll get a replay shot of that.
Oh, my goodness.
So the punt, as far as it rolled, still lines the Wolverines up in Plainfield territory. They'll take over at about the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Motion is Cutter.
Here's Cutter.
Cutter will take it along the right side, and he'll run over a man, and I think the contacts there, his strength is enough to give him a 1st down.
This should be over here. So we're reviewing it.
Taking a look at it was the fake punt.
Here it is.
A toss.
Oh!
Yeah, it was definitely the taunt after.
Yeah.
Taunt after and some skirmishes. And actually it looked like that pass might have been intercepted. I thought it hit the ground.
Yeah.
1st and 10 now for the Wolverines. Nick Waters will take it up the left side. He's got some space. Stiff arms a man. And he's still going, and he's going to fall
Looks like he got it.
into the end zone. A great effort by Nick Waters. Extends his arm, and Griswold makes it a 14-0 game with 9:09 left in the 1st quarter.
It was about a 34-yard run, and they seem to be on offense so far having their way.
Indeed. Plainfield defense has really got to get together here. They're looking sluggish.
You know, both teams are 3-6.
Yeah.
But both teams have played different teams.
Yeah.
So Griswold now on the extra point. They're going to line up in the shotgun. Ace back to the left. That's Jackson D'Amico. And he'll take the handoff, and he is met by a sea of orange. Griswold will fail the 2-point conversion and make this 14-0 Griswold.
You gotta know, after that hit and stuff like that, that's going to raise the ire, number one. And after seeing Naven going down, I think Plainfield's going to release the Kraken a little bit, and they may not even worry about the score.
Absolutely, especially, I mean,
you know what I mean? At this point.
We talked about both teams being 3-6. I mean, when you have this is it for both teams. This is, I mean, Mike, you talked about this is for for all the seniors. This is it. This is it. So leave it all out there.
Absolutely.
Leave no regrets in your senior season.
What was it like for you, Ryan? Like your last game as a senior on the field?
I mean, it's tough. I played football for 11 years. Grew up playing Griswold Youth. Played all years of high school. Obviously, my junior year was the COVID year, so we played a flag. It was CIAC said no contact, so my senior year, fall of 21, that was the first year back.
That's right.
That was also a tough year for Griswold. Griswold Wheeler went 3-7. We ended up losing our Plainfield rivalry game 14-6. That was away at Plainfield, and not the way you want to go out, but I feel confident that I left everything I had, and I hope that I paved the way for the years behind me. Last year, Griswold had a phenomenal year, and after a little squibber down to the 40, Plainfield will fall on it, and they'll take over.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. 14-0, Wolverines up on the Plainfield Panthers. Thanksgiving Day football right here on SNSN Sports.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn from Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Graduated in 1998 from Plainfield, and I'm rooting for the Plainfield Panthers.
Hi, I'm Jenna from Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank in the Jewett City branch. Go Wolverines!
So 1st and 10 now, Plainfield on their own 40. They'll motion left and get an inside run. That gain's good enough for about 4, and Mike, you mentioned it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like Niven's back in the game, which is always a good sign.
And now we'll get another stoppage.
Another Plainfield.
Keegan Hurst is down.
So it was that first play from the 39. A positive play for the Panthers. The Griswold defense has looked stout all morning. But now with an injured Panther, we will.
Was there some like smack talking going on last week or so, or?
I mean, typically,
usually there is.
I would hope so.
With high schoolers and social media, there's always a sentiment of smack talk. Both teams do their bonfire the night before. Typically, a green or an orange jersey's burned, depending on what town you live in.
Mm-hmm. I heard Griswold showed up at the Plainfield bonfire and stole the athletic director. Haven't seen Tom since.
I know Tom got a pie in the face the other day.
Did he?
Yes, he did. There was a raffle for all the students to pie a teacher, and a number of students had given Tom the warning that he was getting a pie, and sure enough, he did.
Tom, he's brought some things back to Plainfield, like he brought the bonfire back.
It's great. Yep.
And a couple other things too. So I think the Plainfield school system, they're real happy with Tom Hardy.
Absolutely, he's been doing fantastic work.
He's a good guy.
Yep.
Cares about the kids.
I can tell you that the pie in the face was certainly done with love. But,
hey, Camera Ken, what's going on with Sass down there? He's down there just being Mr. Look, he's trying to just be Mr. Socialite down there.
Trying to keep our equipment dry. We love to see the effort from Sass.
Yeah.
So the injured Panther, that's number 7, Kagan Hurst. He'll walk off the field. Good to see players able to leave the field on their own accord. Plainfield.
They lead 2-0 in injuries.
This is interesting, morbid fact, but a correct one. Plainfield now 2nd and about 5 from the 44. Panthers await the snap.
Got a fun fact for you in a minute here.
You know, this rivalry is laden with fun facts, isn't it, Mike?
It certainly is.
All right. Who's Mike and who's Mike? 'Cause we're both Mike.
Your Mike and your Mike. How about that?
Correct.
Wow.
One of you can be Mikey. How about that?
No. No.
2nd and 5. Plainfield in the double wing. They'll motion a man and hit a little misdirect. And that one is stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
So here's a little fun fact for you. Kevin Trahan from the Trahan Insurance Agency, who is one of our supporters in today's game. He went to Plainfield. His wife, Delane, came here.
Oh.
Kevin had he has an agency in Plainfield, the Trahan Insurance Agency, and he has one in Griswold.
Oh boy.
Where do your loyalties? Where do they lie? You know, I mean,
you got to start asking. You know, where do the kids go to school? You know, where did your mom go to school? Where did Grandpappy go to school?
Then he moved here, and then Kevin was the head coach for Griswold baseball for 8 years.
Huh. Small world.
Yeah.
So on 3rd and medium, Panthers run up to the left side is short of a first down. It'll be 4th, and it looks to be about 3. Another injured Panther on the field.
So I guess Kevin's from Grisfield.
Grisfield.
Yep.
Grisfield.
Grisfield Pantherines.
Plainwold.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's pretty good because, you know, I mean, we're 2 different counties.
Yeah.
You know, Windham County and New London County. So it's like the clash of the counties, you know, this is kind of. And there's Sass again. Look at him down there, just kind of in his little frou-frou umbrella.
You know, it's interesting, too, speaking about the, the distance between these two schools. You know, I've heard it called the Battle of I-395, but, you know, what people don't forget is, you know, hey, Route 12 was there first. Give Route 12 its flowers.
That's good. Yeah.
You know, Route 12 made Central Village and Jewett City. I mean.
Oh, indeed.
Did you play at Plainfield High School, Michael?
No, I did not.
Shut your mouth.
I played in part of the
you know nothing. Nothing.
The oldest high school rivalry in the country.
Oh, I know what that one is.
Hit it.
NFA, New London.
New London. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something I've learned to appreciate. Being from Connecticut is I've noticed. I attend the University of Rhode Island, and something I learned is that in Rhode Island, the RIIL, their CIAC counterpart, they do not play football on Thanksgiving. It is not a tradition.
What?
That was my reaction in Connecticut.
Are they not American?
Seriously?
Well, for them,
the
season starts a lot earlier, and typically their season is finished by the first week of November. So playoff football happens around this time. I believe actually most of the state championships were just crowned in Rhode Island, but you know, growing up in Connecticut, Thanksgiving football that's just all you know.
Oh,
whether you're from here, you mentioned there's NFA New London. I mean, there's Ledyard Fitch. There's Woodstock Killingly. It's you name the town, they have a rivalry.
Woodstock forfeited this year.
Really?
Apparently, they had so many injuries they could not field a team.
Oh, that's rough.
That's unfortunate.
It probably they're having a rebuilding year. So that may not be a bad thing against Killingly.
You know, way back in the olden days, I'm talking when you and I, Mike, went to high school, way back in the 1900s, there were much fewer choices when it came to sports.
Yeah.
So it seemed like all of the guys concentrated on football. And now there's just a lot more options, different clubs that they have available.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these teams, they're just getting smaller and smaller.
And youth football is more of a feeder program now than it ever was.
Oh, yeah.
For high school, the high school game.
Well, absolutely. And you talk about choice, not just in sports. I mean, as sports and our nation grows, we get more opportunities. But also, it seems like schools, you have more options. If you have schools like Ledyard and Killingly with their agricultural programs, they're now, you know, kids who grow up in Griswold playing Griswold youth, they end up going to Killingly, they go to Ledyard, they go to NFA, they go all around. So 4th and short now, Plainfield not looking to punt. They're going to try and get this one, and they will be stopped short, blown up again behind the line of scrimmage, and the Wolverines will take over.
Waters and D'Amico were right there to smush that kid.
And that's something we've seen pretty much all morning is this Griswold defense is looking very cohesive as a unit.
So, Mike, I'm just going to call you Broughton because I'm going to get – so, Ryan was talking about the RIIL. The new state champion is from Quahog High School.
Was it Chris Griffin?
Griffin
was the running back?
Was quarterback. Actually, it was both. They did Wildcat.
Nice.
They were both.
Nice.
1st and 10 now. Griswold in Plainfield territory, and they're lining up in spread. And it'll be Mills, drops back to pass. He's going to step up a little bit in the pocket. He's going to keep it himself over to the left side.
First down.
And his gain is good. Just about for a first down. I'm seeing the official wave. But there is a penalty in the backfield, so this one might be coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I saw something back there.
Who'd you see, Michael?
No, the flag. That's all I saw.
All right.
Judging where it was, I don't know if it was
We'll
blocking
see
the
the
back
signal.
or what.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
The penalty is on the Wolverines. Dead ball foul, according to our white hat official. So this one is going to move them back. 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15.
They were testing out some mics with the ref earlier. I thought that they were going to be over the loudspeakers, but
I think we have some confusion. I think the chain gang moved backwards as well, so it's actually going to be 1st and 10. It just backed up. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Anyways, Kobe Mills will drop back and he'll sling it to Nick Waters on the slant.
Wide open.
And Waters is going to reverse field a little bit and be wrapped up around the 20-yard line. Big completion there from Nick Waters.
Brought down by Evan Lounsbury right in the middle. There's a few of them, actually, but he was right there, number 4.
Yeah, it looks like the game plan now from the Wolverines is to show the Panthers that they are not afraid to do it via ground, via air.
Yeah.
They're going to try and score.
Looks like the rain has kind of come to a virtual halt. It's like kind of misting a little bit, but seems like it's pretty much stopped for now.
1st and 10 now. Mills rolls out to the right, and he's going to sling it into the corner for Nick Waters, who makes the grab and is in the end zone for a touchdown. The Wolverines, that makes it 20-0. They take the lead with 5:54 left in the first.
And the Griswold offense has been all number 2, Nick Waters, today.
And defense apparently has been Cutter.
Yeah.
That was a hit.
Yeah, so I talked in that pregame interview I had with Pat Smith, head coach of Plainfield. He talked about he expected this one to be more of a turnover battle and a ground and pound style, and that's what we're used to seeing here.
Well, Griswold's the only one doing any grounding and pounding right now. So
yeah, I certainly agree with Pat that that's what I would have expected going into this.
Mills rolls out to the right, tries to find Fleming on the extra point conversion, but that one slips right by him. No good. The score stays 20-0 Griswold.
And we're going to take a quick break and be back with more Thanksgiving Day football right here on SNSN Sports.
My name is Ruben Cisneros, owner of Sharp Image Barbershop in Plainfield. But I just want to say, go Griswold on Thanksgiving.
I'm Nick Burlingame, class of 2017. Go Plainfield.
Griswold!
Plainfield!
Griswold!
Plainfield!
Griswold!
Plainfield!
Griswold!
Plainfield! Plainfield!
Whenever you're ready, do it.
You're
first, man.
My bad. All right.
Whenever you're ready. The outtake's going to be the best.
And it's funny, we got Seagulls on the field right now. They're a little confused with the rain, but you remember that in baseball, that Randy Johnson pitch?
Oh God,
I do.
He hit the bird,
exploded the bird.
That's bad luck,
Yeah.
I think his career was over at about that point. My goodness.
So Griswold up 20-0. They're set to kick it off to the Panthers, and they go low and hard to the middle.
And we're still in the first.
We are still in the first.
We're
This one
barely
reeled in.
halfway past in the first. This could be the longest game in history.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was number 24, Kobe Navin, for the Panthers, brings it to about the 30-yard line. And yeah, you're right. I mean, we were talking about it over the break. You know, this game is usually it's one of those matchups where regardless of record, it's usually going to be one of those low-scoring, tight games that goes down to the last possession. But Griswold making a statement up 20-0 early on.
Remember the fateful game here where Griswold won 7-6 a couple years ago?
Absolutely. That was my sophomore year campaign. Both teams, I believe, were at 7 wins. Actually, fun fact, Griswold won that game, and Plainfield went to the playoffs over them.
Yeah.
Interesting fact.
Yeah.
Griswold only played 9 games that year due to scheduling issues. Plainfield now on 1st and 10. Direct snap and a run up the middle for Kobe Navin, and only a gain of about 3.
That's really the type of game that I expected to see today, though.
Like a 7-6?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because Pat Smith, he took a lot of flack for that game, the 7-6
game.
Oh, my God, that poor guy. I mean, they scored first.
They did.
And then they went for the 2-point conversion and didn't get it.
So when Griswold eventually scored, all it took was a PAT.
And that was at the beginning of the game.
It was.
So he got a lot of flack for that from, I think more so from fans. You know, how about you? You're probably all over him.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, it's frustrating because in tight scoring games like this, you know, it points matter. It doesn't matter if the points come from PATs. I mean, seldom do we see field goals, and a quick pop pass over to the right side falls incomplete. That one goes out of bounds. Intended for number 4, Evan
Lounsbury.
Or sorry, Lounsbury. Correction there.
No, everybody gives him a hard time, but I would have done the same exact thing given that opportunity. I would have gone for 2.
It's funny because like Coach Smith, he's not only just football, but he's at all the basketball games. He's everywhere. And
he helps out with the youth teams.
I just asked him the question one day during an interview, and he went, "You had to go there, dude." And I don't think he liked me, but we get along fine now. But
And Plainfield now the misdirection to Lounsbury again, and that one is going to be blown up. By the Wolverines defense, and some extracurriculars after is going to result in a penalty flag.
Yeah. It was looked like they were going after. Looked like Luke Cassidy that was on the ground.
What a story about Cassidy too. You know, someone who's been the field general on offense. Luke Cassidy is now
for the last 3.5 years, and he got his thumb hurt.
He is. So the story I'm told is with that thumb injury, we can see on his right arm wearing a brace. He's still wants to contribute to the team, so what do? You play tight end and defensive end.
Personal foul against Plainfield.
So penalty is just going to be against the Panthers.
Well, Cassidy was on his back. What was he supposed to do? So maybe there was some smack talking and
there was some swinging.
So that penalty will back the Panthers up, similar to what we saw on their last drive. Now 4th and almost 20.
20, yeah.
So expecting a punt here. And that punt is shanked.
Yeah,
and that is a heart-wrenching punt to see if you're a Panthers fan. That one's Griswold's gonna take over at the Plainfield 25.
Yeah.
Did he not call do-over?
I would have. And then I would have put my hands up like, what do you mean we can't do that?
Yeah, that's not allowed? Come on.
So now they get the ball at the 25-yard line. Is it 25?
Yeah, just about. And the rain has also started to pick back up here.
It's because Mike jinxed it.
Of course.
I had
Mike,
nothing to do with it, folks. We might want to hold this tent a little bit because the wind is starting to get a little feisty.
So rocket motion now for the Wolverines. D'Amico is going to take it on the right side on the toss. A flag is in the backfield. D'Amico runs over 2-3 Panthers, but all for naught. More flags come down, and this one is going to come back.
I think
this is penalty fest. Here.
Yeah. Now we got another one. Was that a third flag?
It's a flag. it's a party over here.
Now you just offset it probably.
There's more flags here than the United Nations.
And that's what's important too, Mike. As you just mentioned, you don't want to You got to take penalties when they come. You don't want to do something silly that's going to lead to an offset. So let's see the call. 2 holding penalties against Griswold so far. So it looked like it was just 2 on Griswold. The first one declined. The second one accepted is going to back the Wolverines up to about the 35.
This game is brutal so far.
Yeah. I mean, a holding, it was a quick hold and he let go, but, I mean, that is the call. The rest of these silly flags, you're just got to maintain focus, try and keep your head in the game.
So 1st and 20 now for the Wolverines. They're going to try the same play to the opposite side. It's D'Amico on the toss. He'll fall forward. Gain of about 9 for D'Amico.
So it's funny about this kid, D'Amico. He's sophomore. He's probably the strongest kid on the team.
Well, that's what it takes to play fullback in a double wing offense. You got to be tough. To quote Ray Churchill.
Oh, what are you saying? What are you saying there, Ryan?
To quote Ray Churchill, you got to have no neck.
What did you play? Fullback?
No,
double wing.
Hey, I was a wing back. I was a wing back. You know, I offered to play fullback, but
no.
You know, maybe it's my size. You know, I'm a little on the shorter side. So now Turner from the fullback position will take a toss to the right side, and he's got a few men to beat, but his gain is enough for a first down and then some. Take the Wolverines inside the 10.
I believe there are no flags on the field.
That's the first.
That's good to see.
Oh, there it is. Now I jinxed it.
After the play, of course.
All right, so the coaches are going to have to reel these kids in at some point and say, let's stop the sloppy crap.
Get this under control.
Let's just, because it's like every single play, whether it's unsportsmanlike or whatever. But it's just, and it's both teams. It's not just Griswold. It's not just Plainfield.
So an unsportsmanlike penalty against the Wolverines is the call. Yep, an excessive celebration. It's going to back him up. We hear the upset Wolverine faithful over here on the stands. You know,
got to play by the rules.
You do, of course. Every home fan hates to see calls go against them. Griswold's going to talk it over, and I think, like the two of you mentioned, I think coaches just got to reel the players in. It's always so heated on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, they're hungry. They want turkey. Stuffing, cranberry,
green bean casserole, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, really? Is that a Thanksgiving thing?
Says who?
Who
says it's not?
I mean, yeah, it's true.
I'm a stuffing guy myself.
What am I talking about?
I'm a big
I'll
stuffing
eat any
guy.
of it. I'll eat any of it. What's your favorite? What is your favorite, Michael? Your
food.
Favorite? Well, no, your food.
All of the above.
Yes.
Meat.
Yes.
No, your favorite Thanksgiving side dish.
Side dish. I'd
other
have to
than
go
turkey.
with stuffing too.
Stuffing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
How about you, Mike?
I love a good stuffing.
Cranberry sauce, man.
Oh, out of the can or
Out of the can.
Oh yeah, with the ridges.
Yes. Look at it. Camera Can just said, he pointed to me like, yes.
You're not a whole berry guy though, are you?
No,
Oh, God.
no,
Okay.
the jellied cranberry.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
the best. That is the best.
So now 1st and 10. Cutter will go in motion, and Mills will roll out to the left. Pass is deep and to a wide open Nick Waters in the end zone. Waters now his second touchdown reception of the morning, and the Wolverines go up 26-0.
Cranberry, and here's the other thing. Do you, the following, well, even that night or the day.
After your nap?
After, yeah, the tryptophan kicks in and you're sleepy. Thanksgiving Day sandwiches.
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do with all that turkey and the gravy?
Eat it. I'm going to eat it. Do you put cranberry on those sandwiches?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? What are you talking about? It's all the time.
No, not for me.
I'm more of a gravy guy myself.
All the time.
So a wingback toss to the right for the Wolverines, and Aiden Cutter looks to be stopped short. Excellent effort there defensively for the Panthers. This one will sit at 26-0. Still in the first quarter, 3:30 left to go.
This is insane. And I don't mean the score. I mean, it's still 3:30 to go in the first.
I mean, we saw even last year where Griswold Griswold Wheeler went to the playoffs for the first time in about a decade and a half. And last year, our rebuild year for the Panthers, by halftime, it was still a very tight game. I believe the halftime score was 7-0. Now the Wolverines ended up winning that one 36-0. But even in years where one team is significantly better, it's a little more close than this.
Yeah.
So I want to just take a minute here before the kickoff and just want to thank the team that has come in and done this for SNSN with me. Mike Broughton, Ryan, of course, Palolo, Ken Hooman. Is it Howman or Hooman? Howman. Ken the Hooman. Sean Sass. Noel Schwartz. Peggy Green out in Utah. And Jesse the producer. I mean, there's more than – yeah, I think people think sometimes that I show up with an iPad. But it doesn't happen that way.
And that kick is back deep, fielded in by – oh, and the ball comes out.
Jesus.
And
Griswold's got it looks like.
Wow. So it was –
that was 22, Solomon and Boob.
So Mboop fielded it from almost the 10. That was a deep kick. We've been seeing a lot of low and hard to the middles. And Griswold popped it out. So it looks like the Wolverines are going to take over again with great field position at the 30.
Well, there's one of the turnovers that we were anticipating seeing, but
the nice thing is we're right down in the crowd with everybody else, which is really, really good. I have a gentleman to my left. He typed up and he said, longest quarter ever. Yeah. It might be. What's the over-under on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get it. We're not in a fancy booth. We are right in the smack dab middle of it.
Yeah, man. We're just amongst everybody. That's the place to be, man. Be with your friends.
Absolutely. And Cutter stays inbounds as the clock will continue to roll. Looks to be just short of a first down.
I think we're going to be having to order some of those turkey sandwiches pretty soon.
I know. We may miss dinner.
Holy cow.
We may miss dinner. This has been it's 45 minutes into the game. All right? And we still have 2:45 to go in the first. We may be done by I don't know, 4? 3, 4?
I'll text Grandma and have her save I'll have her save all three of us some.
We may have to go out to eat.
Some turkey. Waters in motion to the left. He'll take this one far outside, and it's a foot race into the end zone, and he walks the sideline, and he is in. Touchdown number 3 now for Nick Waters. Griswold Wheeler drives this score up.
Which means, that means now, 32-0.
Do they go running clock in high school?
Yeah.
I believe it's at 30 it is.
It's 35 in youth.
Okay.
And 30, I believe, in high school.
30 in youth.
Oh, it's 30 in youth?
Yep.
Oh, and 35 in high school. See, I don't know why I can't comprehend that.
I don't know. Last time they were going back and forth with the running clock. Last time you and I were here, the Stonington game.
You see what I mean? I can't figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing.
So Griswold coming out in double wing for the 2-point conversion attempt. Send Cutter in motion. And a little bit of option here. Cutter now with one man to beat. Trips his way. They're going to say he did not get in. A flag is down in the backfield, but if it's on the Wolverines, I would assume it'll be declined.
Yep.
And they will decline it, so that'll keep this one here at 32-zip. 2:15 left to go in the first quarter.
And we'll be back with more first quarter football on SNSN Sports.
What's up, guys? Pat Strain with Strain Family Motors. We're one of the title sponsors for the Turkey Day game. Go Wolverines!
Hey, what's going on? This is Aaron from Strain Family Motors, lead technician over here. Thanksgiving Day football game. Let's go Griswold, baby!
Oh, here comes the rain again.
Thanks, Mike.
You know, customer satisfaction's my #1 goal. You know, I'll tell you, though, you still have the football faithful out here.
Yes, indeed.
You know, so, and we appreciate the folks that are watching us at home, nice and dry and warm and
Lucky.
toasty.
No, I wouldn't have it any other way. Being here enjoying some Thanksgiving football in the pouring rain. Another kick. This time fielded in, and I think right now main goal is hang on the football. And thanks, shout out, Mike showing me 201 viewers at home.
Yeah, right now. Yeah,
so
we got some quotes and some Rachel from Southern North Carolina or Northern South Carolina says, "Is that rain or snow?" Well, it's if it gets 2 more degrees, it'll be snow. But right now it's rain. Michael Capalbo, one of the 97 Capalbos.
I was going to say earlier, we haven't said Capalbo yet today.
I know. Happy Thanksgiving from the Capalbo clan. Let's go Wolverines. Sabrina says, "I love the animations." we worked hard on this. Greg Waters says, "That's my grandson. Go Nick."
Yes, it is.
3 touchdowns for your grandson today.
Greg, your grandson's having one heck of a game.
Austin says, "Let's go Griswold." Gene Gerard says, "Let's go Green. Happy Thanksgiving from the Gene family."
Plainfield now 1st and 10. They're going to line up. Looking like they're having a little bit of trouble figuring out formation-wise on offense, and they are going to take a timeout.
All right, so we've talked fixins, pies. What's your favorite? Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Yes,
Gotta
that's the
go
standard.
classic.
Ken, what is it? Apple. Okay.
You know, sleeper pick.
Vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla ice
Ooh,
cream.
pumpkin
Okay.
vanilla. I'm gonna go blueberry.
Yeah.
Blueberries are just, come on, man.
I mean, I'll never turn down pie.
Oh yeah.
No, I know. So here's a quick little story about pie. Is that my friend Mike Krause and we would constantly he'll come up, just stop at my house and go, "In search of pie," and we've been doing this for 30 years. Remember Westview Orchards when they were open? You know, in Plainfield. You know, the enemy. No. So we went to Westview Orchards, and we sat. You know, they had that little bar where you'd sit and you could get a piece of pie or whatever. Young girl comes up and says, "You know, can I help you?" I said, "Yeah. Can we get some apple pie and 2 big glasses of milk?" Sure. So she's cutting, and we went, "No." She goes, "What do you mean?" "We want the whole pie."
So Plainfield now
There we
run
go.
to the left up the middle.
Got some positive yardage.
And yes, some positive yards for change. That's Kobe Navin. And looks like his run
First
good
down.
enough for a first down.
That is their first down of the game. So they never let us back in. There again, they said, "We eat too much. You scare my wife." I said, "You're out of here."
Well, I've already pounded about half of one of those giant pumpkin pies from one of those big bulk stores.
Yeah.
I don't believe they're one of our sponsors, so.
Yeah, never mind them.
So up the middle again
He
on the
almost
left
broke
side.
He almost broke it too.
It is some really good pie, though.
2 quick back-to-back power plays to the left side for Navin, and the Plainfield Panthers looking like they're having their best offensive drive of the
Give me
morning.
those Lyman Orchard pies. I think they're about $80 a piece now.
But they weigh about 16
I
pounds.
know.
Holy.
But I got to give it to the blueberry, man. I got to
Blueberry's
give it to
a
the
good pie.
blueberry pie.
Blueberry,
man.
I mean,
it's
top
never let me
5
down.
maybe. Yeah.
Whoa, top 5.
Yeah.
Top 2, and it ain't 2.
Pumpkin. You got to go apple.
Pumpkin and apple are they do a lot. You know, they do a
Lemon
lot
meringue.
for the pie. You know, I never got behind lemon. I can't.
I like lemon meringue.
Boston cream.
But I like the meringue.
Yeah.
So Plainfield again.
We're going to try and punch it.
Yep, they're going to feed it to that left side. And this time the Wolverines respond. It's going to be only a gain of about 2. It'll be 3rd and 1. And I'm assuming, looking at this clock, that this is going to take us into the second quarter. Your score, Griswold Wheeler 32, Plainfield 0.
And we'll be back with more football right here on SNSN Sports.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Stewart, and I'm a junior. I graduated from Griswold High School in 1967. In 1966, we were the first Thanksgiving Day football game in Plainfield. I don't remember many scores. Actually, I don't remember any scores of 8 years of playing football, but I remember we beat Plainfield 44-6 that day. I'm hoping Griswold beats Plainfield 44-6 again this year. Or 44-0 would be even better. Go Griswold.
He's like, yeah, I'll walk around the other way as he forges through. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, nice little, like another Thanksgiving fun fact. Stuart Norman Jr., attorney at law in Jewett City. He played on the very first Plainfield Griswold game.
Wow.
In 1966.
Interesting fact.
That was the very first, and Griswold won 44-6.
Were you doing the radio broadcast?
Yes. Yes. And I was reincarnated, and look at that, here I am.
That was actually the 30-year anniversary of Mike's radio broadcasting career.
What'd you say?
So it was the 30-year anniversary of your broadcast career back in '60.
Hey, Plainfield got another first down.
All right. Look at that.
Wow.
Good job, man.
They're
Good
on a
job.
roll.
They did this, as I mentioned, in that first quarter as it was winding down. Plainfield on their best offensive drive of this Thanksgiving morning game. The rain is just
pouring,
getting
man.
heavier and heavier on us.
You imagine if this was 2 years ago here?
Oh.
So is that.
They'd be swimming in mud.
I was just about to say, funny.
Their knees.
You mentioned that, Mike, is in my pregame interview with Coach Smith. He mentioned after the fact. He said if a game like this were to happen weather-wise, just a few years ago, as we mentioned, this is game 1 on a turf field, it would be a mud fest. Because surprise, dirt plus water typically equals mud.
There was a game, oh my God, I forget. It was a team out of Bridgeport. You were still playing.
Yes, my freshman year was Trumbull.
Right, but that was a mud bowl. What was the other one?
Was it Bassick?
Yes,
it was.
That was a mud bath.
Yep.
That was crazy.
Yep.
I mean, it looked like just a bunch of pigs flopping in the mud. No offense.
You couldn't even.
I mean, you know what I mean? That's how much mud there was.
And if you were on either team's offensive or defensive line, you couldn't read your own number.
No.
Yeah.
So Plainfield now second and about medium. They're going to send it up the middle again. They're feeding Kobe Navin.
I certainly hope they're setting up something here.
That was Navin with the carry. Stop by number 19, called Dubois.
Have you noticed they're a little more gentle with each other now, helping each other
they've
up?
refocused.
Lady to our right just said that. She goes, "I just saw that."
We've got a good 2 minutes without a flag.
It's a rivalry record.
Yeah. Oh, so anyway, I was talking to Attorney Norman, and he said, yeah, 44-6 was the first game, and he says, and even to this day, when I see Plainfield orange, my blood still boils. I'm not kidding you. I talked to him.
It runs deep.
Yesterday I talked to him, and then he goes, yep, 44-6. He goes, I hope they beat him 44-0 tomorrow.
Well,
that's
they're on
exactly
track
what he
for that.
said.
It's one of those rivalries that runs deep
It
through and
is.
through, and it's interesting because even when you take other sports, I mean, obviously this is known as a football Thanksgiving rivalry, but even those basketball games, those soccer games, volleyball matches, track meets, track meets. Plainfield always hosts an ECC, dual meet, and even then, if you're an athlete, if you're a Griswold Plainfield athlete, you step foot on the opposing turf, just angry.
You know the funny thing is that no matter what, usually no matter what sport you're talking, Griswold Plainfield is always a rivalry and a good game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This one obviously is a little lopsided, and I think Plainfield is certainly rebuilding. They're in a rebuilding year. And really Griswold is too. But I think, and Mike, don't take this, let's not throw hands on this one.
No promises. Those are
no
fighting
promises.
Words. But I think no promises. We're just doing it to keep our hands warm.
Yeah.
Is a simple fact that I think there's a lot more participation in the Griswold Youth Program than
There
now in
is.
Plainfield.
There is.
And you know that because you're the coach for the juniors, right?
Ball comes out.
And the ball pops out, and it's
there it
scooped
goes.
up. That's number 14, Brendan Hopkins.
We got tripped up.
Tripped up, but Griswold Wheeler is going to take over in enemy territory as Brendan Hopkins scoops up a fumble and takes it for a few yards.
Yeah, and to your point, Mike, Griswold does have the co-op with Wheeler, and that's one of the things that Plainfield doesn't have.
We're getting I want to say thank you to a lot of the folks that are texting in and saying how they're enjoying the broadcast, and that means a lot. That means everything because we all work very, very hard on this, on the games that we do, and we are not the Timu New London Day. So, with that being said, come at me, bro. We do. We work on a lot of different elements. Jesse has been an amazing part of the team. Where he's putting graphics in and transitions. The turkey across the screen.
Timeout turkey.
Timeout turkey.
Yeah, but it's awesome, and I think it's such a, that's something that I think has been at the root of SNSN is the sort of community support and interaction between us and you listening at home. Yes, you. I'm you directly. If you think I'm thinking of you, I am.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. We're thankful for our sponsors. We've been here 10 years now. Starting off with the whole Wolverine radio thing. Then I changed the name because a lot of people thought that we were either owned by the school system or by the town.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like separation of church and state kind of thing, right? What in the God's earth was that?
And I think, Mike, I think the name change also, I do think it helped in getting the outreach, because you went from just kind of the Griswold Plainfield to really east if it's east of the Connecticut River, you got your name all over it. And big run now to the left side. It's going to be good enough for a first down and then some. That's Cole Dubois.
Cole Dubois.
The sophomore.
And another Plainfield Panther down.
Going to be first and goal for the Wolverines.
And another Panther down with injury. And something that I think a lot of people don't realize with the turf field, little interesting thing to note is it does have an impact on you when all you play on is grass. When you go from grass to turf, it's a different feel.
Oh, yeah.
And we have another Sass sighting.
There
Sean,
he is.
Sass on the sideline. There he is with his frou-frou umbrella. Keeping warm.
Vigilantly holding that umbrella up to keep our equipment dry.
You just keep cool there, my little babies. and I was just, it's not that I needed reminding or anything because but I got to give props to Dane Taylor. Dane Taylor was the one that named Wolverine Radio.
Really?
We were in the house, and we're struggling to figure out what are we going to call this. And he goes, Wolverine Radio. There you go.
Boom.
And so it was born.
Something about.
He just texted me. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to talk about that because that's true.
Something about the old branding. I like the purple. I like the purple. That was a cool little touch.
Yeah.
The Wolverine Radio wagon was purple, correct? Am I remember that correctly? Yes.
Well, it was black. It was black, but it had purple lettering on it.
Okay.
And that was the handiwork of John Hansen from Camaro Signs.
Okay.
We've had three vehicles
You're on
now.
number 3 now, yeah.
Yeah, and
I was just complimenting it this morning.
He's done all of them. Now we have a silver one from one of our title sponsors, Strain Family Motors, on Route 12. You want to talk about a good family-owned local business where you can feel good about getting a car, renting one of those Polaris slingshots, get your oil change, get work done.
Brought down hard in the backfield.
Yeah, good effort there from the Plainfield defensive front.
Dubois didn't get that far.
Nope, Griswold tried to go counter there. Stopped way short. That'll be 2nd and about 8 to the goal line.
Second down and goal.
So 2nd and goal, and this clock ticking away. 7:10 left in the second quarter.
Dubois again.
Dubois up the middle and got a few, but then abruptly stopped short. That was joint effort from number 6, Parker Langlis, and number 22, Solomon and Boob. And now third and about 3.
And let's see what else. Let's see. And Ray DuPoint texts in and said, haven't seen a live stream in a long time. He says it looks well. I'll just say he says he likes it. You know, we won't get into the exact wording, but thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. And Dane, I don't care if it's football. I love you too, buddy.
3rd and goal for the Wolverines. Motion to the right and a toss to the right.
Nice block
Again,
there.
it's
You see that
Dubois.
block?
And gets right past the defender, and he'll sneak his way into the end zone. The Wolverines keep on packing the points up there, 38-0.
That touchdown right there was totally manufactured by Aiden Cutter. With that block he had, that enabled him to turn the corner.
And that's what, when you're playing on a wing T or a double wing style offense, it doesn't matter if you think you're the star player, you're ball dominant.
Yeah.
You're going to learn how to block.
Let's see. All right, here's the Captain Obvious moment of the day. MC Morphs. Love troll names.
Okay.
Says, where's all the fans? Well, I don't know. It's raining. Where are you?
It's cold. It's raining.
Why aren't you here?
It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know.
Cindy Briggs, let's go Big Green. And she also says, somebody get Sass a green and white umbrella. LOL emoji.
Looks like they're going to kick now.
I'm going to say so. For the first time today, Wolverines lining up for a PAT, and they're going to fake it. Cassidy chips it over to Mills, who finds Jackson Fleming in the corner of the end zone. A well-placed pass there. And that's not something we're used to seeing out of Griswold, but the 2-point conversion is good, and now the Wolverines have 40.
And Cassidy throws it, and he only has 2 fingers. My goodness. Let's see. Braden Roulard, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. He says, let's go Plainfield, bring that trophy back home. And he says, Plainfield's defense needs to pick it up with the stops and the tackles.
I would have to agree with him on that one. They'd have to do something.
I don't know how to say this name. Is it Therese, T-I-E-R-E-C-E, Barnes? Baked mac and cheese goes with Thanksgiving.
See?
See?
Thank you.
Backing us up.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see.
With little breadcrumbs on top.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cyrus Afferback. Does pecan pie make the list? Yes!
Yeah.
Absolutely. Pecan pie.
Definitely.
I'm still going blueberry, but I'll give pecan.
No.
Pecan
Blueberry is
flowers.
still number 1, but
yeah.
But pecan pie is.
Yeah,
is,
I might
is
have to
definitely
move
right
out
there.
one of those top 5. I might replace Boston cream with pecan pie.
Ooh.
So
6:17. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say 6:17 left. Griswold lining up to kick it off. Up 40 zip over the Panthers. This one
Big
deep. And is it going to roll into
Let
the
it
end
go.
zone? It does.
There you
It'll be a
go.
touchback.
So now, if there's a running clock, we're gonna see what happens here, because there's more than enough points to have a running clock. But the clock doesn't until during change of possessions, it doesn't roll. So we'll see here, on this set of downs whether or not.
If not, it
Yeah.
would start in the second half, would be the assumption.
Sorry, 20-yard line.
Plainfield with the ball now lined up in the double wing. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Motion to the left and a fullback dive up the middle.
Still running up the middle, huh?
That they still are trying, and to no avail. Gain of maybe a foot or two.
Yeah.
Second and long.
Yeah, the tackle was number 86 for the Wolverine.
I believe this is, no, and he would know, Rich Campbell. Chocolate cream pie outsells blueberry by a lot for Thanksgiving.
Come on. That's because kids love
Lies.
chocolatey. Chocolate.
All lies.
Blueberry is still tasty.
It is.
I agree with that guy.
Chocolate cream pie is delicious, too. It's just all
It's
the
like choosing a
pies.
favorite child. You know, they're all so great.
I can do that.
Toss up the right side for the Panthers. Again, that's Kobe Navin. Stopped after about a yard or two.
And I even get text messages from a lady named Melinda. Happy Thanksgiving, baby daddy. Love you.
You got something to share with us, Mike?
No, it's Nicholas's mom. She was a wonderful lady. She's a wonderful lady. We had our differences back in the day, but we get along great. It's always wonderful to see her. She's a great mom to Nick. Nick is, and him and his wife, Michaela, are going to have a baby in March. So I'll have another grandson coming.
Plainfield fakes the toss. Throw is over and broken up. Nick Waters was there to break it up. After that one.
I do like the idea of trying to go with the pass. I got to do something different. Running up the middle certainly is not working for Plainfield today.
Yeah, something interesting to note. I mean, we've talked about Plainfield and their rebuilding. That pass intended, that was Evan Lounsbury. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
Freshman getting a start on a Thanksgiving rivalry game is not something you see very often. I know in my time.
Well, if you're down 40-0, you got to try others. You got to try something.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. I mean, it seemed like Lounsbury had been getting the start this entire time, so
yeah, he's
good asset for the Panthers.
He definitely is, and Panthers have been running with QB2 all season.
Mm-hmm.
Their starting quarterback
and
got
the clock
injured
stopped,
early
by the
on.
way. The clock stopped, so I guess we're not. Maybe it is just the second half.
Panthers are going to stick with it. Pop pass over to the right side. That one is complete, and
that's
it's
the
good
first
enough
down
for a first down. So a risky, gutsy call from Pat Smith. 4th and 5. From your own 25-yard line, and it pays off. Panthers will stay on offense.
Well, I think I would have given him more a hard time for that than going for 2 on that 7-6 game. But if he didn't go for it, I mean, you're down by 40.
That would have been a disaster.
Give up another 6?
Hey, I'm going to give my headset to a gentleman here that is going to join you for a minute. Athletic director from Griswold High School, Mr. Steve Gravino.
All right. Welcome.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Gravino. Good seeing you.
It's been a long time.
It has. How's it? You've been standing out there in the rain. It seems. How's the weather out there?
Just a little bit. Definitely wet, but.
So Plainfield now with another solid play, just short of a first down.
Tony Navin fighting his way through the middle.
Yeah, it looks like they might have some of the second teamers in right now.
Yes, we were just talking about how we've been seeing a number of freshmen on either sides of the ball. And so important. I wanted to mention too, having freshmen get experience in a Thanksgiving rivalry early, because we saw in last year's Griswold Wheeler football team, that was a team of a lot of those seniors had been playing since they were freshmen, sophomores. So experience goes a long way.
Right. Yeah. We had had a lot of kids had to step up this year. I think they learned a lot. And hopefully it'll pay off.
And the ball pops out. And we're going to see which way it goes. Griswold pointing like they have it. Wait for the official call. And they do. The Wolverines take over in enemy territory. Wow.
I believe so.
Yeah, so the clock will begin to run in the second half. It'll stop normally as it would until we hit that point. But yeah, Steve Cravino, we were talking about. I was talking with Coach Wilcox before the game about how, obviously yes, everybody loves high school football, everybody loves the competition, but it really is about learning for the kids.
It is. Experience is so valuable. Really, the only way you're going to get it is to play. It's hard when sometimes you struggle with numbers, and JV games are. Depends what happens. Like we played Sheehan our first game this year, and they took it to us pretty good, and you know, our JVs played most of that game at the end. So there's rules we got to follow with how many quarters you can play in a week. So we couldn't play the JV game the next day because they got their time already.
Yeah.
So we can't have them in 6 quarters a week. So they just got to get time on the field and, you know, taking the hits and see how they respond.
Absolutely, and we'll see as this game continues, and both coaches, I mean, both teams 3 and 6. We'll see if either team just starts that next year prep a little early, get the underclassmen some reps. But the first still out there on offense for Griswold as Aiden Cutter takes the handoff to the right side. A flag is down in the backfield. Cutter putting on a great effort, spin cycle, gets himself to the 15, but this one is likely going to come back, so all for nothing. And now some extracurriculars. Number 55, Ben Lewis, getting into the face. And another flag coming off. It's number 75, Cole Cheney for the Panthers. And yet another flag. Again, we're seeing them fly all over the place. Just when we were talking about both teams were helping each other and, you know, singing Kumbaya.
Yeah.
Just like that, then Michael Cabalbo just got flagged.
Yeah, I can't wait for the running clock right now, to be honest with you.
So we'll await the calls from the officials. We have a hold on the offense. We have an unsportsmanlike on the defense. And we have an unsportsmanlike on the offense. I believe those unsportsmanlikes will cancel each other out, and this one is still going to go back after the initial offensive penalty.
We have a holding call in the backfield, and then we have 2 unsportsmanlike conduct. 1 against Plainfield, 1 against Griswold.
I don't know. We all had breakfast on Tuesday, and everybody was nice.
Oh, is that the
Yeah.
combined, the Griswold
Yeah.
Plainfield
Yeah.
combined breakfast banquet?
You get on the field, things change.
That they do. So after the holding call, it'll back the Wolverines up quite a bit as they're now on the Plainfield 48, second and looks to be 12. And the chain gang also moved back as well.
Okay, so the holding penalty was taken back 10 yards. We have 1 player rejected from Griswold from the game.
And just announced over the PA, Griswold has faced an ejection.
Yeah, looks like.
Looks like, what is it? Was it number 56? Michael Capalbo will sit the rest of this one out. Not something you like to see. But, of course, the rivalry emotions always flare up, whether it's close, whether it's a blowout.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And not what you want to see. Why don't we lighten the mood up a little bit? You know, we were talking fun facts earlier. Taking a look at this, let's take a look at the all-time record here for either side. Griswold currently leads the rivalry 47-34 with 5 ties. Ties, something we don't see a lot of ties anymore.
How did we end up with 5 ties?
I'm not sure that the CIAC allows ties anymore given the new overtime rules.
Yeah.
They
don't. Right now I think they're tied in personal fouls.
Yeah, just about.
The only tie being in personal fouls and misconducts. Last time these two teams met, that was last year on Thanksgiving in Plainfield. Griswold won that one 36-0. Griswold went on to make a appearance in the Double S playoffs. Or they lost to Cromwell Portland, and now Griswold, we're finally back.
Flag on the play.
Finally back in. A flag is down. Turner up the left side. 2 flags, or sorry, 1 flag, and it's looks to be a
1 flag thrown twice.
Yep. looks to be on the Wolverines, so this one is going to come back yet again.
We're never going to get out of here. I said we're never going to get out of here. It seemed like the first quarter was about an hour.
It was.
Good 45 minutes, yeah. 50? Yeah. That was crazy.
The officials are going to discuss the call with Pat Smith of Plainfield.
He's going to take whichever one pushes him back farther.
And the Wolverines will be backed up quite a substantial amount. They're just, oh my goodness. They are, oh my goodness. So, haven't seen the white hat officials' calls yet, but if I had to assume, this is 2 penalties possibly layered on each other if the Wolverines are getting moved back. I think he was just getting it back to the other. The Wolverine faithful were in dismay seeing another flag. So it's a holding penalty on the Wolverines. And an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Wolverines. So those will double up, and that is why we're currently looking at, what is this? I mean, second down and the rest of New London County. Mills will drop back to pass. It'll be a pop pass to Jackson Fleming up the middle, and he's got space and a lot of space, and he gets back to about the original 10-yard marker of the first down. So now it'll be 3rd and 10 after a second and a lot.
Yeah.
It was more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, second and
that's a hell of a run to make it 3rd and 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Jackson Fleming just turned on the Jets. 3rd and 10.
A dead ball foul after the hold.
And the clock is moving. We're now at the 30-second mark. Griswold in the double wing. We'll see what they choose to do if they're going to be aggressive. They're going to hand the ball to the middle to Cutter.
And a flag on the play.
Another flag is down.
Certainly a questionable choice to run that play in the first place.
And the Griswold fans are...
Sorry.
That's all right. We're kind of tangled up here.
Griswold fans are letting the officials hear it. It is going to be a holding on the Wolverines. 21 seconds left, so the Wolverines have kind of gone all over the place this drive. They've been on either side of the field, and just when they gain 30 yards, they lose 30.
I'll let it run out.
Got to question the judgment why they didn't take the knee in the first place.
I think that's what we're going to get here as the clock is ticking. Below 5 seconds, this one is going to go and take us into the halftime break.
I got to get the refs in, so I got to get them up the stairs.
And yes,
so,
it is.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Steve Carino, for joining us on the broadcast. Your score here at halftime, Griswold Wheeler up 40-0. Griswold has applied the pressure, and they have not taken their foot off the gas, but
for
Mike,
points or personal fouls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen it all. Perhaps the longest first half of a football history. I mean, maybe we'll check the record books.
So what I heard is a couple of people had watched the video back, and it looked like I heard from a few people that the player that got ejected spit in his face. In the other kid's face.
That'll do
it.
That will do it.
So we don't have the luxury of a jumbotron or an instant replay booth at Griswold High School, but thank you for letting us know. I did. Wow, that is.
Yeah, there's been a few.
That's going to end your day for sure.
So yeah. All right, so we will be back for the third quarter. We're going to take a break for the half because this has been, wow,
indeed.
Yeah.
Be back in a bit on SNSN Sports. 40-0. Wolverines up. All right, we are back. Hello, kids. Welcome back.
Back we are.
How's everybody going?
It's good. I'm pretty wet.
Yeah. Wet, cold, hungry.
So I think what we're going to have here, I think we're going to see a running clock. I think we're going to see a lot of substitutions.
Yeah, we certainly
you
should
know, and so we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's still Thanksgiving Day football, man. There's not many people left, but we are sure thankful for you that are on the stream and watching us live. So thank you for that. Thank you for spending some of your Thanksgiving with us today.
I've seen a lot of comments, too, about people thankful that we are broadcasting so that they don't have to sit out in the rain.
Yeah, so it's a mutual admiration society.
You know, I was reminded also about what makes Thanksgiving football so special on my my little trip over to the porta potty and back from over halftime. I saw, you know,
it was dry though, wasn't it? Hopefully,
in there it was. But you know, on my way there and back, you know, seeing a bunch of faces of people I know, people from high school, teachers, former teammates, who always come back and support their team. That's always, you know, there's a big meeting point for alumni.
And this is why, honestly, Ryan, I'm really glad that you and I communicated and you were available to come here and do this today. So
yeah, the pleasure's mine. I love doing this.
Choice, man. Perfect choice to have you here, being an alumni, and of course playing 11 years of football within the Griswold, within the Griswold system. So doing ESPN radio yourself.
I have, yeah. I've had a couple of opportunities this basketball season, URI, from both men and the women's team to call games on ESPN Plus, which has been so cool. The Ryan Center, it's a little bit smaller than Mohegan Suns Arena, but it's it's legit.
Exactly.
You got a press table. You go to the press conferences. There's big TV stations there. People got their big fancy cameras. It's a really cool experience, and I'm happy that I get to kind of bring a little bit of that here to G-Town.
Here's an update for you. Waterford is up on East Lyme 41-7.
Whew.
Wow.
So kind of
another lopsided game.
Another lopsided game. So I don't know. I wasn't able to get many other updates because there are still some schools, or maybe that are still, they don't post stuff.
Yeah.
On social media, so it's hard to get.
Which is tough. We live in a day where Twitter exists. I mean, you can, or X, I should say.
Yeah.
All you got to do is put someone there, and wow, Luke Cassidy.
And ball comes out.
Oh my goodness, Luke Cassidy strips the ball out and scoop and score by Jackson Fleming. The two seniors are feeling it. Griswold, a quick touchdown. Less than 2 minutes into the second half.
That's kind of what happened in the first.
I thought he was down, but they didn't blow the whistle. They are giving it the touchdown.
Yeah, Cassidy took him for a spin, and then all of a sudden we saw the ball in the air, and Fleming, he was just green ahead of him.
So Cassidy's still impactful, even with the injured thumb.
Yeah, and that's just how he's been. So I'll give an anecdote here. Luke Cassidy, this entire senior class were freshmen my senior year, so I played ball with some of these kids.
Yeah.
And Luke did something that not a lot of people can do. He was a true freshman. This kid is 14 years old, just turning 14 years old, and he was thrusted into the starting varsity quarterback position at that young age. That's not something that's normal in the slightest, as the 2-point conversion attempt is stopped. Plainfield defensive front makes a good play, but that is not something you usually see from a freshman. I mean, you're lucky to get some snaps, halfway through the season in most cases as a freshman. But Luke Cassidy, and here's another fun fact: Luke Cassidy, we're seeing him play tight end and defensive end. That was his position out of youth. So he came into high school, 0 QB experience.
Yeah.
14 years old.
He never threw a ball.
He never thrown a ball. He learned in passing league.
Yeah.
And there was talk. So between myself, Zach Confer, and Tyler Farwell were the captains that year, and Coach Wilcox, asked us. Yes, absolutely. He was asking us. He was like, fellas, is Luke ready? Is Luke, because it was between Luke or this was before we had Chase Spurley, who now plays at Stonington, on the roster. But, the question at that point was Luke or the guy who knows the roster best the next, which was yours truly. So it would have been myself at quarterback, which, I mean, for my sake, my arm ain't that good. It wouldn't have been – I think I was better serving at wingback. But, again, I'm digressing here. Credit to Luke Cassidy, providing and making an impact really wherever he is, and that's just kind of a testament to the kind of person he is.
Here's another update for you. Westerly 12, Stonington 6.
Ooh.
Oh, that's actually a football game.
Yeah.
That's typical for Thanksgiving football, I would say.
This one, the second half, starting out much like the first. They're going to let that one go.
New
wisely.
London leads NFA 32-7, and that's in the third.
Yeah, NFA is in a bit of a rebuild as well.
I think New London's having a good year as well. They're having
it's a combination of the two.
We saw Sheehan here at the beginning of the year. They were up on Lyman Hall 28-0. Let's see. What's about there?
And you notice the difference with the number of players on each sideline.
Absolutely.
Griswold Wheeler with the co-op here has definitely got a much stronger advantage as far as numbers go. Just a very small smattering of players over on the Plainfield side.
And it's something you start to think of, too, for the ECC, like the Division III teams. Griswold, the first one to start that co-op with Wheeler, do you think it's only a matter of time before either Plainfield or Montville hop on that bandwagon and try and get another one of those small schools without a program?
I do think it's only a matter of time.
I mean, I know you have schools. The tech schools do a good job at co-oping with some of the smaller schools. I know Lyman Memorial has a co-op. They're in a tech co-op. Tortolot's in a tech co-op. Putnam is in a tech co-op.
I would really like to give, you mentioned, 14-year-olds coming out and starting, and it's tough when you're 14 years old and just coming up from the youth league to be playing against a team with 50 players. You're playing against, 11 seniors facing you down that are 245 pounds. So bigger teams like this, it does give you the opportunity to develop those players more, to prevent some injuries more, to get them starting at the JV level and move on up to the varsity level, or play as backups in the varsity games.
And that's true, and that's a side effect that is often overlooked with a small team is when your team's that small, you don't get JV. And if you don't get JV, now you have freshmen and sophomores who are inexperienced. And it's sort of it just builds this whole chain of, experience is all in terms of high school sports. If your first time going out there is your senior year, that's really all you got to develop.
Yeah, on Plainfield, Tavernier, he's been doing a bang-up job all season. But he is a sophomore. He was supposed to be under the tutelage of Braden Reiser. Braden Reiser out since the beginning of the season. And so he's been getting the start all year.
So Plainfield now 3rd and 5 on the 25-yard line. They'll send a man in motion. Fullback dive up the middle and met at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down.
Nevin with the carry. Hit right at the line by number 78 for Griswold, Noah Steifer.
A lot of these guys on the Plainfield side I got to see play at the youth level. Called some games for them.
Yeah, you've been around a little more than just coaching.
A little bit. It's always why it's nice to come out here with the high school games.
Yeah.
High snap. No, that is not
that
good.
one is over his head. He's going to fall down on it at the 2-yard line, and the Wolverines will take over on the goal line.
Might have been better off just taking a safety on that. Just run it out the back of the end zone.
So there is a running
Not
clock.
what you want to see.
Yes, the clock is ticking. We're now below the 5:30 mark in the third.
Yeah, it's just going to keep going.
Would like to give a special shout out to the ball boys over on the Plainfield side. The 2 McAteer boys.
Keeping it dry.
Yep.
Keeping it real.
I think that was, it's tough to tell from up here whether or not that was T-Mac or Jeffrey. Oh, that's Jeffrey grabbing that ball.
And the Wolverines now on the goal line. They'll hand it off to Cutter to the right side. He will shift his way just to the goal line. I think they said he
got in, yeah.
They said he broke the plane, so that is good for another Wolverines touchdown, and they break the 50-point mark with 4:53 left to go.
Another fun fact for
It's a day of fun facts.
Huh?
It's a day of fun facts, isn't it?
Yeah, let's bring them. So the treasurer for the ECC, and also my very first PE coach at Griswold Elementary School, or PE teacher, Paul Richards, was also on the first squad against Plainfield in that 44-6 win. So a lot of people know who Paul Richards is. He was a golf coach for many years. Like Cassidy's just going to walk it in.
Looks like that was Mills walking it in.
Let me ask you a question, because I've just watched these last couple of exchanges. Has Plainfield given up?
At this point, it does appear that they did. I hate to see it, even with the play calls, that they're still calling that run up the middle that does not work.
Neither team is going to make the playoffs.
No.
Neither team. So it's really just kind of, this is just who's better, you or I.
I'm the opposite type of coach. Where
you are I.
I see what you did there, Mike. I see what you did there. Go Rams! They got a big football game coming up this Saturday against CCSU.
You know, one of the things that that I was most proud of my youth team this year is that they fought every darn second of every game, even if they're down 54-0. Their hearts were still in the game every step of the way. We told them that you know, that's what really made the difference.
I heard you knew one of the All-Stars for the juniors.
A couple of the All-Stars.
Yeah.
A few of the All-Stars. Four of the All-Stars. I happen to be a bit closer to one of them than
and
most.
Who would that be?
That would be my son, Elijah Broughton.
Oh, my God.
One of the junior All-Stars names.
I was trying to prime you there, man. I was trying to.
I was letting you go with it.
Yeah,
but, yeah, I did know a lot of the All-Stars, actually.
Kickoff now again to the middle left side, and it's
a slippery
muffed
ball.
by Mboob,
Slippery.
who will field it in over by the 5.
Needs to turn up that speed a little bit.
And he'll fight through contact, get the ball to about the 20-yard line, and the clock is still turning. 4:35 left here in the third quarter. Plainfield will take over.
So I think what set the tone for this entire game, the touchdown right off the rip.
Yep.
And then that hard hit to Naven.
Yeah.
Where Cutter's helmet went flying. I thought it was Naven's helmet, because he pretty much knocked the soul right out of his body. I mean, I think I saw it float. I mean, he got hit hard. And I think those two things really set this and set the tone for this entire contest.
Yeah, absolutely. And the 1-2 punch for Griswold in Cutter and Waters, I mean, when they win games, it's predominantly those two on offense.
So let me ask you this. Do you think the refs are a little touchy with the flags? Or do you think they should have just let them play?
No, I think tensions were pretty high. With unsportsmanlike conduct on the field, I really have zero tolerance for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're seeing on
defense. I mean, I'm glad you said that, because I was really trying to just get an honest opinion of
at higher levels. You know, I feel let them play. But when it's kids, you gotta start training them early on to be a good sport, be a good winner, be a good loser. You know, I really don't tolerate
exactly.
that.
And absolutely, and Mike, credit to what you said. I mean, you're a youth coach, so I think this might ring truer to you than anyone else. But you know, not only youth football, but even high school sports in general, high school athletics. It's about competition, and yes, it's about playing the game. But how much of it is just teaching life lessons through the sport?
Yeah, absolutely. Through the sport, you're trying to build better men.
Yeah, exactly. Building character, and that's something I talked a little bit too about. I talked with Coach Wilcox in our pregame interview that we showed. And I sort of had an honest moment with him. I said, it's not something you really realize until you're out of the program. I'm 3 seasons removed now.
Yeah.
Is you realize that a lot of what coaches do and all the toughness they have on their players is because they want to turn you into the best version of you that you can be.
Absolutely.
You know what? It just brought to my attention. There hasn't been an ambulance here, and I thought that was a necessity. I thought they had, huh?
There was earlier.
There was? All right. So
they must have got a call.
Oh, they left. Yeah, they must have got a call or something like that.
They might have got a call or something, but they were here earlier.
From what I understand, too, if we're, you're talking like let's talk about the the deal between Griswold and Wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
This, I believe, is the last year of that.
I think so. So they've it's expired before, and they, as soon as they could, they refreshed it. I recall my after my senior year, it was done, and they picked Kyle Montigny as a captain.
Yes.
Kyle Montigny, a Wheeler graduate who played here in the co-op. They picked him as a captain his junior year, which is not something Coach Wilcox does liberally. Typically, captains are seniors. Yeah, absolutely. So they chose him as a junior captain and refreshed that. So I think you're right. I think the contract is again nearing its time, but I wouldn't be surprised if both athletic directors want to keep it going, because it seems to be benefiting most schools handsomely.
I don't think it's just football too. I think it's wrestling.
I think you're right. They do co-op in wrestling. Yeah, and I think they briefly tried track, but I think Wheeler actually might have their own track team now at this point. They don't have a track to run on. I think they practice here.
Huh.
Yeah.
Griswold, with their nice new facility, got 8 lanes on the track.
Yeah. It's a beautiful facility.
I'll tell you what else is also fun with the co-op schools is when they play each other in different sports.
Yes,
we've done basketball,
baseball,
games, baseball,
yeah,
basketball.
Yeah.
We've seen Griswold and Wheeler play against each other, and of course, at any sports at this level, you're going to get some crossover.
Oh yeah, I know a popular rivalry between two very good volleyball programs. I know Griswold and Wheeler, both volleyball teams, usually make pretty deep runs in the States, and I know for whatever reason, volleyball student sections tend to be super riled up, and you usually get football players there, so they're always there. And now 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. This one's going to wind down. Griswold Wheeler up 54-0 on the Panthers. And what a game it's been.
You're not kidding. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a minute. Jesse, back there, going to hit a couple of spots for us. You're watching high school Thanksgiving Day football right here on SNSN Sports.
Griswold wins. Griswold wins. Griswold wins. Go Griswold. Hey.
Go Plainfield. The Panthers.
Wolverines.
Panthers.
Wolverines.
I'm Susie from Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City, Connecticut. Go Panthers!
I'm Brianna from Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City, Connecticut. And go Wolverines!
Hi, I'm Lisa Susie. I own Crystal Visions here in Plainfield, Connecticut. 40 Road Go Panthers!
Hi, my name is Jen. We're from Plainfield Jewett City Savings Bank, and we're rooting for the Panthers.
Go Panthers!
I'm from Griswold. I'm not rooting for the Panthers.
And we are back here at Griswold High School, the multi-purpose field. And you know what? I'm watching this game, and we're looking at the field, and remembering of days past where players would fall and mud would splatter to the left.
And both teams would be
to
wearing
the
brown.
right. Yeah. And both teams, you couldn't tell who they were. Kids were changing squads. Nobody knew, because whatever. Thank you, Griswold taxpayers, because these are the days that make you extremely thankful for this field.
I like watching a good mud bowl.
They have a charm to them,
Yeah.
But yeah, I would tell you, I'm sure that all the players and the coaches who got to clean their equipment are probably pretty grateful for a turf field. And Griswold looks like they have they've got the second stringers in there. We can tell by the average height, I think, of the offense has dropped about 6 inches.
And weight has dropped by about 75 pounds.
And the heir to the throne is quarterbacking right now. Could that be Liam Cassidy?
It is Liam Cassidy. And I remember my senior year, you were talking about having some youth ball boys. We called him Leroy. He was our ball boy my senior year, and now there he is. Odds are he succeeds either Luke or Colby Mills still ahead of him in the depth chart at quarterback. So Colby entering his senior year, and Liam's only getting older, but, I saw him earlier this season, and then I was looking straight at him, which was interesting because the last time I had seen him, he was just about to my chin.
So the thing is that Liam has a different body style than Luke, and he could be projected to be even taller.
That's what they say, and I'll give it to Luke. Was a late bloomer. My senior year, Luke was, I stand at about a whopping 5'8" on a good day, and Luke was about my height his freshman year, and Luke now is about 6'3".
Yeah.
He also put some weight on. He's been in the weight room, so I would expect more of the same from Liam. So 1st and 20 now after the penalty. Toss over to the left side. A spin move on the left side.
Got to tackle with your arms, not your shoulder.
And brought down after a short gain. There on the play, that's number 12. And number 12 is actually not listed on our roster, so.
No, the announcer doesn't know who number 12 is either.
Well, I was just going to say we are now into the territory we're going to call numbers.
Yes.
Instead of players because they're not on the roster. I can tell you Ledger's up 20-14. Have no idea who they're playing because the tweeter didn't put the other team.
Oh.
So.
Now number 16, Chris Coleman in motion, and he'll take the handoff.
And the hit.
And he'll fall
carried
forward.
by the rest of his team forward.
Well, you want to that kid is tough.
Yeah.
He's tiny.
Sometimes you get those little guys that are just cannonballs that'll just
Yeah.
Paw right through.
Low center of gravity. Those are the toughest running backs to hit.
Where does Ledger play? Montville?
Ledger plays Fitch.
Fitch. Okay.
Ledger and Fitch. They battle for the Colonel Saber.
Oh,
every
interesting.
Thanksgiving.
And this right here being the LeClaire Trophy, of course, Coach LeClaire.
Got a pitch out to number 12 again.
Yep. And that run just about back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down, 4th and 15.
Coach LeClaire was my high school coach. Was my high school gym teacher.
Oh, really?
Oh. Mm-hmm. And he was the coach for their very first.
So I'm intrigued as to why the.
He was very good with kids. He was amazing with kids. He was the athletic director here before Mr. Covino.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm shocked they didn't pick a neutral figure as the namesake of the trophy, but the question then arises: who's a neutral figure between Griswold and Plainfield? So it's always tough. And now another run out to the left side is going to be good for a few, but it's ultimately going to fall short. So the Panthers will take over here in the 4th quarter. 7:30 left to go.
1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
And I want to thank both of our title sponsors for today, the Burns Agency in Norwich and in Dayville. They have supported high school sports on SNSN/Wolverine Radio back in the day since day one. And we can't thank them enough. A lot of what we do is a direct correlation to the support that we've received from the Burns Agency. Jay Burns, Archie Drobiak, and of course the rest of the team, at the Burns Agency. So if we're talking about being thankful today, we are certainly thankful for the Burns Agency.
And a run over to the left side. That one is met in the backfield. A sea of green gets the stop. 2nd and about 12.
So you were talking about being community and stuff like that. So the Burns Agency, of course, is very, very big in the community. And of course, our other title sponsor today is Strain Family Motors, which we had mentioned earlier. The new SNSN Strain Family Motors mobile. It's a beautiful Mazda CX-9. The thing is gorgeous, and that's all to thank the folks at Strain Family Motors, Patrick Jr. and of course Wendy. Just a wonderful local business. that you see flourish around here, and that's what you want to see. You know.
Yeah, businesses supporting businesses. It's
yeah.
That's the drive of how small towns function.
Yes. Charlene's Diner. You know, I mean, order what you want, eat what you get.
Yeah.
You know, but the best since 1979.
I've been going there since about then.
Yes. How old are you? Are you even old enough to be? You were what, 3 maybe?
Yeah. That's exactly how old I was in 1979.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was just a fluke guess.
Wait till you find out how old I was.
You weren't even a thought.
Like negative 20.
My mom was a year old.
Your mom was a year old?
She was born in '78.
Oh my God. Oh God, I feel old. Oh, I feel old today.
Walk down coming up.
So go ahead.
I was gonna say 4th down now for the Panthers. They've tried deviating away from that inside dive, sort of gone to the outside sweeps. The Griswold defense has been there.
Yep. Griswold Pride, another one of our wonderful perennial sponsors. GriswoldPride.org. Check them out. No one's even back. Why not?
Nice punt.
The only person back is the ref.
So the punt takes a Plainfield roll, and will set the Wolverines up at about the 45.
Probably just going to be taking their time here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trahan Insurance Agency. Kevin Trahan, who gone rogue and opened up his own agency and done very well for himself. But everybody knows Kevin Trahan, and he has offices in 860-376-1234. How do you get an easier number than that?
Yeah.
1234. I think Kevin's traveling today. So, Kev, if you can hear us, hi. Happy Thanksgiving. Sharp Image Barbershop. Ruben Cisneros. If you saw the video of him today, it was hilarious. Uh-oh.
1st and 10 now. I think
they had to wait.
Late
was that?
I don't know how that's not a penalty.
Late substitution here, and a sweep to the right side for
Flag,
the Wolverines.
yeah.
Flag is coming down.
Did you see that block in the back?
Hit out of bounds. This one's going to come back. And this is kind of what you see when the youngsters go in, but this is where you learn.
I didn't think you could set up with 12 men on the field. I thought it was still
11.
Yeah, I thought you could only have 11.
Penalty was against Griswold. Block in the back.
Smell that? That's sarcasm. So, the clock's continuing to roll. So, like, we had that extremely long first quarter. I think the second half has lasted less than the first quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been a running clock the entire time, so that's been just about 30 minutes of time running through the second half. That first quarter was definitely something.
So I think I know we're going to do the SNSN Player of the Game, SNSN Sports Player of the Game after the game. Of course, both teams are going to do their on-field stuff, and they're going to get the trophy, and we'll talk through it. And Coleman just got mauled.
Ball carried by number 16, Chris Coleman.
Did you see? Yeah. Number 52, he just kind of scooped him up. He goes, "Come here, little guy. Let me help you up."
Oh, that is Justify Rivera, number 52.
My goodness.
Good on you, bro.
You ever see Chris Coleman play basketball?
Probably.
Dirty little player. He's good. He's good. He can get into places most people can't.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you see a cat get into a hole in a wall, right, that nobody could get through. That's Chris Coleman.
So now a fullback jet sweep and a high tackle.
That's Jackson D'Amico.
On the left. Might have gotten away with a horse collar there, but the refs, I think with a minute 12
they just
now.
got rid of the flags now.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a couple of lenience.
There was some motion in the backfield, and there was a horse collar. They'll just run the clock. And they got to be cold and wet, too.
Absolutely, and with this being 3rd down and now under a minute, this play will run, and then that will likely wrap up the 2024 edition of the Griswold Plainfield Rivalry.
Yeah, and you know what? The future only looks brighter because they have so many infusions from youth.
Yeah.
I mean, they have an incredible program, and a lot of the kids, they're staying here.
Yeah.
They're staying here now.
Up.
Now a big run over to the right side. That's Coleman.
Coleman, man.
And after that play, 30 seconds left on the clock.
That's going to do it. They're not going to.
I think they just were trying to get Coleman a score here, you know.
I don't think they're going to.
That's
That's it. That's it. They've called it.
Yes, they have. Time expires, and that is all she wrote. The Griswold Wheeler Wolverines take care of business at home for the third straight year, 54-0 over the Plainfield Panthers. It was a cold, it was a rainy, and it was a wet one, but it was fun, wasn't it, Mike?
It was a
both
lot
of
of fun.
Mike's, I'll say Mike's.
Not at all what was expected. I really expected a lower scoring game, a real back and forth nail biter, but we got exactly the opposite.
So I guess we're going to have the SNSN Sports Player of the game, or players perhaps. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But it's good to stay with us. We got some interviews coming up, and right here on SNSN Sports, your final Griswold 54, Plainfield nothing. Thanksgiving Day football. SNSN Sports. I don't know if Jesse heard me. SNSN.
Hi, my name is Jen. We're from Plainfield Jewett City Savings Bank, and we're rooting for the Panthers.
Go Panthers!
I'm from Griswold. I'm not rooting for the Panthers.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn from Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank, graduated in 1998 from Plainfield, and I'm rooting for the Plainfield Panthers.
Hi, I'm Jenna from Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank in the Jewett City branch. Go Wolverines!
My name is Mr. Cisneros, owner of Sharp Image Barbershop in Plainfield. But I just want to say, go Griswold on Thanksgiving.
I'm Nick Brown, the game class of 2017. Go Plainfield.
Griswold!
Plainfield!
Griswold!
Plainfield!
Griswold!
Plainfield!
Griswold!
Plainfield! Plainfield!
Whenever you're ready, do it.
You're
first, man.
My bad. All right.
Oh, whenever you're ready. The outtake's going to be the best.
All right, we're back here on the field. Right now, the presentation of the LeClaire Trophy. We just raised it high a second ago. Michael, what do you think? Let me ask you, Mr. Broughton. What's the future right now of the Plainfield squad? They look real. They look right now. Watching them walk across the field, they look very dejected.
Yeah, you know, they certainly got rocked back on their heels early in the game and really just never got their heads back in. As I said earlier, you know, they do have a good, strong backup quarterback, but it's just not the same when you're running with an underclassman to start out with. Just the lack of experience that he'd have over their starting QB, the number of players that they have on their team. As I said, the Griswold team is about twice the size of them.
Yeah, yeah.
we definitely need to be making some adjustments.
So they're going to go ahead. Yeah, they're taking the picture right now. Sass has given up his camera. What is he doing?
Griswold's definitely got a lot to be proud of, though. You know, they were really dominant in this game, particularly Nick Waters.
Absolutely, with a few touchdowns for Mr. Waters.
Is it 3, 4?
I think it was 3, but we'll ask him when he comes up.
He knows.
He knows. I'm sure he knows. So the Wolverines finished their season going 4-6, and which was pretty much a tough season. And I think the 4-6 record is certainly not indicative of what this team was like. They played Waterford in Waterford, and they lost. I think it was 34-28, and they should have won that game. And what I mean by that is they had 3 touchdowns brought back on plays that had nothing to do with the touchdown.
Yep. That's always a heartbreaker.
Yeah. And they lost that game, but that is a game that they should have won. And not because they lost the game. I think it was kind of taken from them, to be honest with you.
Yep.
So there's that. There were a couple other games as well. So
when they played Stonington, you know, they looked a lot like Plainfield did today. Stonington jumped out to a big lead early on, and that kind of deflated them. There's a huge part of the mental aspect of this game that you really just need to keep your head in it.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to have the post-game show with the player of the game, the SNSN Sports Player of the Game, coming up in just a couple of minutes right here on SNSN Sports.
Griswold wins! Griswold wins! Griswold wins! Go Griswold! Hey!
Go Plainfield! The Panthers!
Wolverines!
Panthers!
Wolverines!
I'm Susie from Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City, Connecticut. Go Panthers!
I'm Brianna from Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City, Connecticut. And go Wolverines!
Susie. I own Crystal Visions here in Plainfield, Connecticut. 40 Road Ave. Go Panthers!
Hi, my name is Jen. We're from Plainfield Jewett City Savings Bank, and we're rooting for the Panthers.
Go Panthers!
I'm from Griswold. I'm not rooting for the Panthers.
I'm Jocelyn from Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank, graduated in 1998 from Plainfield, and I'm rooting for the Plainfield Panthers.
Hi, I'm Jenna from Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank in the Jewett City branch. Go Wolverines!
There we go. Okay, we are just about ready to do the post-game show with the players of the game. One of them, we'll let the cat out of the bag, is Mr. Waters, Mr. Nick Waters, number 2. He's coming up, and I believe we're trying to get one more player. I don't see Ryan. There he is. He's still down there. But okay, here we go. Yep. So we have Nick Waters coming up, as well as Luke Cassidy, whose high school career has come to a close as of today. So we're going to do that in just a minute. Be back in a minute right here on SNSN Sports.
My name is Ruben Cisneros, owner of Sharp Image Barbershop in Plainfield. But I just want to say, go Griswold on Thanksgiving.
I'm Nick Brown, game class of 2017. Go Plainfield.
Griswold!
Plainfield!
Griswold!
Plainfield!
Griswold!
Plainfield!
Griswold!
Plainfield! Plainfield!
Whenever you're ready, do it.
You're first,
man.
My bad. All right.
Oh, whenever you're ready. The outtake's going to do the best.
What's up, guys? Pat Strain with Strain Family Motors. We're one of the title sponsors for the Turkey Day game. Go Wolverines!
Hey, what's going on? This is Aaron from Strain Family Motors, lead technician over here. Thanksgiving Day football game. Let's go Griswold, baby!
All right, we're back here at Griswold High School. Big game, of course, every year, the Thanksgiving Day game. 54-0? Is this 54? Wow.
Yeah.
I lost track after 100. I don't know. Anyway, great game here at Griswold High School amidst all of the rain. And who got dumped with the ice, man? Was that?
I was there last night.
That was. It was there
It's
last
been so cold,
night.
it just sticks there.
It just
sticks there.
Anyway, let's say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, including this gentleman right here, number 2, Nick Waters. So, Nick, you were one of our yeah, what do you say?
Just gotta make a miss.
It's me or you.
It's wide open.
Very good. So you're looking forward to next year?
Yeah.
Already?
100%.
Is football your big sport?
Yeah, I play basketball too, but
Yeah,
I'd
I
say
know.
I'm better at football.
Are you ready for basketball? Are you hurt at all? I mean, because I know Molesky's going to be waiting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm not. Nah, I'm good.
You're good? Very good. Ryan, do you have anything else? Or?
Nothing other than great game, and it was a pleasure to watch you out there. Thank you.
Yeah, good man. Thank you very much,
Have
Nick.
a great rest of your day.
We're going to give you the headset to this guy, who Luke Cassidy, number 3. Bunch of questions, actually. I've at least 2 or 3 that I have for you, Luke. Is tell us what happened at the beginning of the season with your thumb. What happened?
It was a screenplay, and coach wanted me to throw a deep ball, and I told the lineman just vacate. And so I made one guy miss. I threw it up, and I threw a touchdown, and my thumb snapped right in half.
Oh
It was just dangling there.
So now you've had quite a season, especially with doctors going back and forth.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Scans and X-rays and stuff. And
Yep.
so what's the prognosis?
It's all healed now. I just have to wear it for this game, so I didn't re-break it. But at the dinner tonight, we're taking it off. So.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
man.
So your high school career in football, it's over.
Yeah. It was a good ride.
It was a good ride. So one of the things that Ryan and we talked about, and we've talked about before, is that really before your high school career, you never really threw a football much.
No, I played D-end and tight end. And
Your dad actually told me that.
yeah.
So what was it? What did you think when Wilcox came over to you and said, you're going to be our QB?
I was scared. I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, you're certainly not as big as you are now.
Oh, no. I was small.
You're about my height.
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
You have something?
Oh, yeah, no, I was just a similar question to kind of what I asked Nick. Luke, you've
Now you guys played together.
we
did you
did,
not?
yeah.
Okay.
Freshman my senior year.
Yeah.
Luke, you've it goes by quick, but this is it. I kind of just wanted to ask, I'll get a little personal. After playing 4 years of Griswold High School football, and you've played quarterback, you played tight end, you did this season with a club on your hand. What are some lessons that you've taken away from playing football at Griswold?
Bleed green. Try to get out on the field as much as you can. You never know what's going to happen, and then things suck. You break your thumb. I was going to have a great season at quarterback.
Bleed green, you need one of those, baby. There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, just get out on the field as much as you can and have the best of your time out there with your friends.
And absolutely, and you're still looking, from what I hear, to continue your playing career, hopefully at the collegiate level.
Yeah, New Haven right now. That's where I want to go.
Love to hear it. Well, hey, congratulations. I'd shake your hand. All right, we can get a good shake in there.
We can still that too. Here we go.
The people of Griswold love to see you go out there and perform, and you get the people going.
I have one more question for you.
Yep.
Your brother took some snaps.
Yeah.
He took some snaps a few weeks ago. Took one and fumbled and got out of the ball game. He's been getting some reps.
Yeah.
On the JV level and also today.
Yep.
He's obviously the heir to the throne.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm working with him.
What kind of advice do you give to Liam as you walk out and he's walking in?
I probably tell him to stay calm. He's very hot-headed, and he likes to get chippy. So, gotta try to keep him under control. I mean, he's got a good arm, so
that may not be a bad thing. I mean, at the right times.
Yeah.
At the right times.
Channeling it in, focusing it. Don't do it when we're seeing back and forth. What's it called? We a little chippy early on in the quarter. I know there was a brief era of peace, and then per usual, per Griswold Plainfield, it went back to the way we know it. But we were talking, seeing Liam take snaps, and I again talked about how that was our ball boy just a few years ago, and now he's on the big field. So
he was only 3'5" back then. I mean,
he was, but he's got big shoes to fill. But I'm looking forward to seeing how your football career plays out, man. It's again, a handshake. It's been a pleasure.
Michael, do you have anything for Luke?
Good game, man.
Thank you.
You look great out there. I've seen you play other games this season too.
He's a Plainfield guy.
Yeah.
He's a Plainfield guy.
I can still call him out for being a good guy.
Yeah. All right, Luke Cassidy, thank you very much. Good luck in the rest of your career, my man.
Thank you.
We'll see you. I'm sure we'll see you around. And Mike, why don't you come on back in? Here you go. Let me grab that from you, Luke. Thank you, sir. All right. That's the end of the season, man. That's it.
That's it.
I mean, you got state police over there. They're waiting for you, Ken.
Yep.
They're looking for beef jerky. Mike, wrap it up. I mean, just give us your just a 30-second synopsis of what you saw here today.
Definitely not what we expected. We were all talking about this before the game, that we expected a back-and-forth, low-scoring game with this kind of weather on the field, and we got exactly the opposite. Plainfield just got rocked real quick off the snap and never quite got back in the game.
Yeah. Ryan?
I mean, yeah, similarly, Mike, to what you just said. Usually, I mean, these games, it doesn't matter the record. I mean, actually, I'll kind of quote myself. Actually, this was in a bulletin article from my senior year. Record doesn't matter when you're playing Plainfield. I was asked that after after a win against Montville. These two teams could both have 8 wins apiece. They could both have 3 wins apiece. One team could be playoff bound, and the other is licking their chops. But you're always going to get a dogfight. And I think today, Griswold just came out. They came out swinging. I mean, you talked about early on that opening score about 20 seconds in, and then that
15
big the big hit from Cutter, and they just came out to attack.
And you had two coaches, Greg Wilcox and Pat Smith, who were very familiar. With one another, and they're going to go for it every single year because it's all about that trophy. This is about bragging rights today. This was not about who's going to go to the CIACs. Nothing. This was just about who's going to take that trophy home with them today.
And something I would advise people who are rooting for either team here, enjoy it while you can, because like you just mentioned, Wilcox and Smith they've been around a while, and they've given us quality games for over 2 decades now. Those two guys have been at the forefront of either of these teams for quite some time. So I think we can take today and appreciate that. If there's something to be thankful for, be thankful for what we got.
Exactly. It's the perfect day for that, Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
And I want to say thank you to everybody that spent their their morning with us here on SNSN Sports today. Taking in this lovely football game in this tropical weather. Well, they have hurricanes there, but it's really been a great day, and so many people that I don't think realize how many people put into these broadcasts. people that you do not see, like Sean Sass for the most. He does some play-by-play on certain things, but predominantly he's behind a camera. Ken Howman, who's right in front of us right now. Here, Ken, come and stick your face in there, will you, so people can see you? There you go. There's Ken. We have Noel, don't call me Nikki Schwarz, who has joined us. We did a field hockey game, and she's a field hockey coach, was a field hockey coach at NFA. And she joined us as a specialist and then just kind of stayed. So we're thankful for her. Jesse, who will make anything work. It's amazing what you put on the guy's lap, Peggy Green out in Utah, who worked tirelessly on all of the things that you heard, and saw today, as far as like the 30-second spots, and it was just fun. There's just so many other people too, Mike Broughton. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
All for the love of the game.
Yeah. And who else? Ken, who else am I?
Got them all.
There's more. What is that noise? Did you hear that?
Rain's starting to come down a little hard, man. Seeping through.
And then this guy Cameron back. Where's Cameron? He's there. He is. He's on his phone. He's walking away. There he is. He's like, oh God. So I think he's hungry. But
aren't we all hungry?
Yeah.
I think so too.
It's time for turkey.
Yeah. Let's get some turkey. So guys, thank you very much. Ladies, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate it. It's on to basketball. Basketball coming up soon. We're going to probably be out for a week. Week and a half before that starts. So get on your basketball shoes and let's go. Final score: 54-0. Griswold over Plainfield. They keep the trophy, 3rd year in a row. Next year is going to be at Plainfield. For Ryan, thank you so much for doing play-by-play today. It was excellent.
Great job.
So glad to have you back. In the broadcast, but you have grown so much as a broadcaster, man. It's phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
Really
I'm getting a lot of opportunities, at school, and when the second you offered this up, I thought to myself, how could I say no? This is such an important game. As someone who's played in it, and someone who just enjoys sports, enjoys,
none of us are going to know this game like you today. And Cameron too. I mean, he's been in it too. So anyway, Michael, thank you for all of your experience.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, that you bring to the broadcast booth. And I'm just a schmuck, man. I'm just sitting here, kind of directing traffic. Anyway, thanks a lot. 54-0 Griswold over Plainfield. We'll see you soon on SNSN Sports.
Happy